Welcome to the Beats and Balance podcast, a space for conversations at the intersection of creativity, healing, and community. Each week, we sit down with artists, healers, and everyday people to explore stories of transformation, resilience, and the ways we use creativity to survive and thrive.
Welcome to the Beats and Balance podcast, everybody. Today, I'm here with ESE from Nigeria, here live with us from Nigeria. And they're here to talk to us about the Art of Healing Festival and a little bit about what they do and their background. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I really appreciate you. I don't even know what time it is for you out there. It's 11 o'clock in the morning here, but thank you. Start off, let people know a little bit about yourself, where you come from, and how you got into healing and throwing this festival.
Thank you, Tinora. It is 4:18 p.m.
Okay, not too late.
In Abuja, Nigeria. And I am an independent music artist and founder of NAPPYESE Wellness and ọgwụgwọ Festival.
Very cool.
How did I get into wellness? It's a very long story, but it all ties back to when I was living and working in New York City as a fashion model. And I discovered that I was in a lot of pain, physically, mentally, emotionally. And I had been running from a lot of my childhood trauma, which was unprocessed. I was just running, being ambitious. But it all suddenly caught up with me eventually when I started to develop scoliosis on my right side of my spine. And then I knew game was up. I needed to do something or I was going to die. And I've always believed in the power of self-healing, which is why my first point of entry into the world of wellness and well-being was yoga. So I took a trip from New York to Northern India to practice and study Hatha yoga.
Wow.
So at the beginning of my journey to wellness. And eventually now I'm here with ọgwụgwọ Festival.
That's wild. So you committed when you decided to study yoga and went straight to the source.
Yep.
That's pretty incredible. I have a lot of respect for folks that do yoga. My wife was a big into Ashtanga yoga, which she tried to get me into, and that's the most intense thing I've ever tried to do in my life. So I have a lot of respect for y'all. Talk a little bit about your upbringing in Nigeria. Is yoga something that's big over there, or did you find out about that once you got to the States? And how do you mix your different kind of healing practices together to create the festival?
Okay, so yoga is up and coming, I would say. At the time when I lived here, grew up here, I left when I was 19 years old, right? And I moved to South Africa, started working as a model, and so on and so on. But at the time that I was growing up, I did not know what yoga was. I've never heard of it. My parents had never heard of it. Nobody in my immediate circle had heard of it. Coming back to Nigeria at 25, I discovered that there were pockets of individuals who were practicing. And I just, I joined the community and discovered that yoga is still quite niche, right? It's still very new. It's not like the States where there are as many yoga studios as coffee shops. Here it's everybody's still what is yoga really? And slowly they're getting into it, but it's still very touch and go. It's still very, it's a trendy thing. It's still, it's exciting. Let's just add it to our event. People haven't really gotten into the nitty-gritty and really understanding what it really does for your body, mind, and soul. So that's where I come in, introducing Nigerians and Africans to the healing powers of yoga and our own innate abilities to heal ourselves.
Very cool. I think that's really fascinating how all of these kind of different healing modalities from across the globe have really spread and people kind of make it their own. I know here in the States, especially around Black Americans, people now are reaching back into getting into their roots and trying to learn more about African healing, spirituality, things like that. And so seeing you coming from Nigeria to the US, then learning something, going to India, it really just is mind blowing to me how all of these things kind of across the globe speak to everybody, it's not just one particular group can own anything. The healing really can be spread and the knowledge spread. So I think that's really dope. So what's the festival? What does it look like? What do you guys do? Tell me like how that started and the reception that you received.
Yeah. So ọgwụgwọ Festival, the name is inspired by my Igbo ancestors. I could have called it Abuja Healing Festival or Nigerian Wellness Festival or something, but I wanted to really tap into my Nigerian roots. I'm from 3 tribes. When people see me from wherever part of the world, they never everybody thinks I'm from space or something because I have 3 different tribes. There's this unique mix, and I really wanted to tap into my Igbo lineage. So the name of the festival is in Igbo, ọgwụgwọ, and my grandfather is an Igbo man from Anambra State, Okija, and yeah, I guess his spirit was with me. May his soul rest in peace. And I Googled because I don't even speak Igbo.
Oh wow.
No, I don't speak Igbo that well. And a lot of my family, I inherited a lot of trauma from my mother's side of the family, right? And she is where Igbo lineage comes from because she's also mixed with Igbo and Edo, right? So these are 2 different tribes. But then I get a lot of trauma from her side. So I knew the healing had to be, it needs to start from there, right? Because I'm a woman.
No, it's real.
In deep ways to my mother. So I needed to name it. I got that inspiration from my grandfather and my Igbo lineage. Okay, name it an Igbo festival. And then I wanted to share all of the different healing modalities and wellness practices that have personally helped me. So this is not heard it from somewhere and I'm trying to bring it down here and implement it. These are practices that I have personally gone through and has helped me overcome my anxiety, my depression, my lack of confidence, my burnout. Offer that to the community, and the reception is beautiful.
Oh.
We had over 50 people, so you could count almost 60 people at the festival. That's the first one. And people were happy. The community came together in Abuja and they really enjoyed and experienced a full day of having that safe space to just be themselves, whether you are in a bad place, whether you are trying to, go somewhere, whether you're working on yourself, just show up as you are. We're able to create that space for people to show up as they are, and not just people, young people, people like you and me who just need a space to be seen and to be heard and to be safe and to just let loose and let go. So I'm so happy that it happened and we created it and now we're here.
Yeah, I love that. I don't know about in Nigeria, but I know like here amongst Black people, talking about mental health historically has been something that has been like shunned in the community. Like it's like older generations is not something that you really want to talk about. There's a lot of shame. I feel like with our generation, we're kind of the first to make it like a forefront and everybody's like open and, I have CPTSD, I have depression, I have anxiety. I say it proudly so that people know because I've overcome some stuff. How has that been for you in Nigeria? Like culturally, is it accepting to talk about mental health, or is it something that you kind of had to like ease into bringing up in your community?
That's why we started with things that are pretty much, can I say, accessible, like art therapy. Like this is like the introduction to like the harder conversations that we need to have as a community. That's why I think it's beautiful the way that we were able to bring the arts and wellness practices together, because with arts you kind of feel, I don't know, it's easier to express through art. It's easier to say the things that you don't really want to say through a song or poetry or like dance, right? And I think that point of entry is a way to help people become more comfortable with having these conversations and, going from there into like the deep inner work that needs to be done.
Yeah, I fully feel that. That's how like BeatsNBalance kind of got its start too. And also historically, like hip hop and things like that started with like needing to talk about pain, but not being able to, and having to like transmute that into an art, which then, popped off globally and made lemonade for like lots of folks. So I think it's it's really dope to see that everybody's kind of on the same wavelength
Yeah.
when it comes to this, especially in our generation. I feel like we're really spearheading like the trauma ends with us. You know what I mean? Like these generational curses are ending now. Like nobody should have to live like this. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel you deeply. So what are you looking for ahead? Like what are your goals and your aspirations when it comes to the festival and even beyond? You also mentioned that you're a music artist. So what are the things that you are looking forward to?
I am looking forward to connecting with more communities around the globe, because what I really love about how everything has unfolded is that this was a whole community project. This was like grassroots, mouth to mouth, get your hands dirty, friend,
Yeah.
sister, neighbor, sponsor. Like a lot of the sponsors were people that I know personally, people that I met personally, told about the idea, love it, let me support you. So I'm looking to explore more community-based movements with the festival, because I think that we hold the power to create the change that we are seeking, because historically our parents and our forefathers look outside of themselves. I don't know, my parents do. They look
Mhm.
outside of themselves. They look at the government. They look at, it's always somebody else's problem, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, 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 no. It's us. We have the problem. We can find the solution. So I want to connect with more people that are on that same mindset. Let's gather together. Let's do the work. Let's, discover what we need to learn, and let's grow from the process. So, tapping into, more of West African alternate wellness communities. That's really what I want to do. I want to go from Ghana to Senegal to Mali to Morocco, and just bring the African community together for wellness and for arts and for healing.
I love that. Well, if you come to Morocco, let me know because I got family there. And we could definitely set something up. But I mean, not blood family, but like soul family. I spent a lot of time living in Morocco. But yeah, I think we're all kind of just like on the same wavelength, like you said. For me personally, like I believe that the revolution has to be individual, right? Like it's not about like looking up to like an activist or like a figurehead or the government, clearly, especially in the United States. But really, like each individual person has to kind of do the work to unlearn all the harmful things that we've kind of been conditioned to accept.
Anyway,
Because yeah, like people really think that like the world that we live in is kind of finite, and these structures have lasted for like 50 to 100 years, and things can constantly change, but they're only going to change if you wake up and allow yourself to change too. So I think that's really powerful. Beyond the event, like what other kind of healing practices or things do you do for yourself to like prevent burnout? Because it's one thing to like preach it and talk about it, and then also like trying to manage helping others get to that place of healing can sometimes lead to burnout yourself. So what are some of the healing practices that you use personally to keep yourself grounded?
I take long ass breaks.
Mm,
Yes. I don't
that's
play with
true.
my breaks. Like now people are asking me, what's the next one? What's the next one? I'm like, I'm not even recovered from the last one. I don't know when the next one is. It might be in 2 years. It might be in 5 years. I don't know. I take long ass breaks, and I love massage therapy. I love massage therapy.
Mm,
I offer the service with my business, but I also make sure that I, engage my community that offer that service as well, so that I can also receive. So I pour into myself as much as I pour into others. I equally, not, I try to make sure that I balance that out. Okay. So massage therapy, I spend a lot of time in nature,
mm,
hiking and camping. I love to camp by waterfalls. I love to hike to waterfalls, because whenever I'm by a big body of water, it reminds me of how powerful that I am on the inside, because I
Yeah.
don't differentiate between myself and nature, you know. So if nature is this powerful, therefore I am this powerful. So I stay connected and rooted and grounded in nature, and that really always helps me recharge and come back to myself. And I also practice everything that I preach. My meditation, I take it very seriously. My yoga, I take it very seriously. Yeah, I really want to go to more of nature, because I think here in Nigeria, it's a very new consciousness. Everybody wants to be in the cities. Everybody wants to move to the big city.
Mm.
And I was like that once upon a time. You know, I ran
Yeah.
out here and I wanted to go to the big cities. But now I'm back here and I'm like seeking to go into nature. And it's crazy because now I'm experiencing misogyny. I'm experiencing misogyny.
Mm.
People think as a woman, I'm not safe to be anywhere by myself. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm not having that. I don't care. I'm going to the freaking forest and I'm going to get the power that I need to get.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to
That's
navigate that
real.
space. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very real. It's funny. I'm from upstate New York originally, and I had the same thing. Like when you're from upstate New York, the goal kind of is to get out. And I lived many years in New York City and moved back home and was like, wow, like what the, like I didn't even realize like it's so beautiful up there and in the nature and everything. And like as a kid, it's just like you take all of that for granted.
Nope.
Now I'm trying to find my way back. Like I'm in Philly now trying to be like, all right, like how do I get some land and and get away from everybody?
Girl.
Um
Oh, get that land.
That's the goal. Like, I'm just like, I'm not for the fast life at all. I think it's so interesting that we're all kind of, I feel like, reaching the same place where it's like in the past, everybody was fleeing to the cities. And I think we've all kind of realized, like, nah, we were dupes. Like, the real good life is out in the country. Like, the old people knew what was up. Like, they played us real hard.
Serious.
Um,
For real.
yeah,
You
I
know,
feel that so deeply.
opening up and, you know, realizing, and, you know, the ones who have opened up are not championing the cause. Like, dude, that's not the way. I'm telling you, that's not the way, but you're going to figure it out for yourself eventually when you get there. I hope it's not too late for you, because you need to figure it out now so that you can enjoy it.
100, but before it's gone, right? Like, yeah. Um, No, it's super real. I love it. I love that. Like, I really appreciate. I've had this conversation, or I've done this podcast now with people from like all over. Like yesterday, I talked to somebody from Toronto. Last month, I talked to somebody from Ireland. And it really still just blows my mind how everybody is on the same like path. Because that wasn't even the theme of the podcast. I didn't. I just had an open call, and it's somehow everybody has been talking about the same thing. So it makes me feel like we're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Because it can be real scary out there. So how do you combat the misogyny and the fear? I know like when I was growing up, my grandmother, she was the same type of way. I was the only girl amongst all my uncles, and they could do whatever they wanted, go out, play, jump on mattresses, go sledding. And my grandmother was like, nah, like you're here in the house with me. So how do you deal with that?
Oh my God. I cried. First, I cry. I feel the feelings. Yeah, because like, it's not fair, to be honest. The best thing that I think I've done for myself, like you said, you got to get some land, is get some land. So I haven't put
Facts.
it out there yet, but very soon I'm going to be putting it out there because I want to start like a fundraiser for it. And I'm going to start constructing my first farmhouse. Earlier this year, I planted some cassava and some plantain, and I set up a little
Nice.
track and I like a rainwater system. So
Wow.
yeah, next month I'm moving there completely
Do you know
because
about astrology? What's your sign? Because you, I'm just curious.
I'm a Capricorn Aquarius cusp.
I knew Capricorn, man. I was like, you were like, oh, I want to learn like yoga. I'm gonna just go to India, and you're like, oh, I'm dabbling in gardening. I built a rainwater system. Like that's 0 to 100.
Girl, yeah, that I have no in between. Like it's either like I'm
My
either
wife was a Capricorn. I know y'all.
that's really how I operate, really, to be
I
honest.
see. That's dope.
Yeah,
Well, let us know definitely when you set up your fundraiser. We'll spread out the word because that's super super important.
thank you so
Everybody should be looking into getting land for 100% facts.
much. I
Um,
think that's the
and
only
growing food.
I can see right now, really.
Yeah.
We need to build our own spaces, and we need to build our own community and our own systems. Nothing else. There's nothing else.
I feel that deeply. And so hopefully, if you come to the States, we're happy to collab. If you want to do something Morocco, let me know, because I got a lot of people out there I can link you with. But we are all about building community here. So no matter where you're at, we're trying to support everybody that's kind of doing the work that I think is the work that's needed to heal the world. Not to sound like Michael Jackson, although I do love Michael Jackson.
Okay.
But like, yeah, we have a Michael Jackson mix coming out tomorrow for his birthday. So, listen to that, y'all. But yeah, like I really feel like what we're all lacking is like deep community and collaboration, and everybody's stuck on this like capitalist like idea of individualism for success. And to me, that's just backwards.
Yeah.
I really appreciate anything else you want to talk about that we haven't touched upon today.
Yeah, let's hone a little bit on that collaboration thing, because I know it looks like, like I tell everybody, like y'all are seeing this shiny ass festival on Instagram, and y'all saw this shiny branding and all the, but on the back end, there's a lot of things that I faced, especially when it came to the collaboration part. I'm grateful that somehow the universe rose up this, this community and the people who were the backbone of this community. But there were still some, hiccups when it came to the collaboration, especially on the part of the wellness facilitators, and that's kind of shocking, because I think in the world of wellness, it's supposed to be the mindset of abundance and the mindset of, unity and coming together to lift everybody up, because that's how it works. It doesn't work. It doesn't work any other way. But it's still, from my personal experience, it's still a way to go. We need to practice what we preach, because you can't say you're doing wellness and now it's time to collaborate and you're letting people down last minute, or you're not fully invested in what you say you're doing. So I'm definitely going to be calling out people that are not being authentic, because I think we need to not be afraid to tell the truth. Same to me, like if I mess up, I need people to hold me accountable. We need to hold each other accountable and say, hey, what's up? Like, why is this not working out? Like, we need to also create that safe space for us as the bearers of the torch, to also make sure that we are receiving the healing that we are giving, because that's also important. We need to be able to be vulnerable enough to allow others to pour into us as we pour into others, because that's usually where it comes down to at the end of the day. But if you're not open and vulnerable enough, then you're not doing the work, and then nobody can reach you, nobody can help, and then nothing gets done. So let's all try to work on that.
Yeah, no, that's a word. I think I mean, I've definitely faced that with being in this, I don't want to say an industry, but being in this realm of wellness and healers. I don't like the word healers, because I really feel like you can only heal yourself, and anybody that calls himself a healer, I'm weary of, because I think there's a lot of ego that can get, people conflate ego with spirit a lot, and it's like you got to be careful who you're listening to, because you might not be listening to the spirits that you think you are. And yeah, to me, spirituality and healing and wellness is all about recognizing that we're all in this together, right? Like there's no spiritual hierarchy. We're all people. We're all humans. Even if we're not humans, we're all living beings on this planet, and we need to act like it, because we're all suffering because of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like for no reason. Yeah. So I feel that. And so yeah. 100%. If you're gonna do something, practice what you preach at the very least. That's a powerful message and a word for everybody out there. I love that. So yeah, I think that everybody listening should go check out the Art of Healing Festival. Tell everybody where they can find you at, like your Instagram, website, if you have any creative projects coming up.
Yes, so you can always find me on my website, NAPPYESE.com. That's NAPPYESE ESE.com. And then I'm NAPPYESE everywhere else, on Instagram, Facebook, wherever else. I'm currently working on an EP. It's called Spirit Guitar. And
dope.
exciting because it's my first solo composition. So I'm literally creating everything from scratch to finish, taking the stuff that I like. I'm not borrowing from anybody. I'm like, okay, I want this, I want that, I want that. And this is the first time that I've done that in the 6 years of creating music. So it's a really powerful place for me to be in right now. And also, I love the collaboration process with musicians. And now that I have the community from ọgwụgwọ Festival, I'm excited to also share all of that with them and to grow that, because it has always been music and wellness for me, because the wellness brought my music back to me. I never used to sing. I worked for almost 10 years as a model and singing in choir before, but for some reason I stopped singing, and then I was chasing this ambition of becoming a Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah.
I never sang. I could have done that while I was modeling, but because I had so much trauma,
Yeah, it's like that.
my throat chakra was blocked in this silent industry where they put the lid on it.
Yep.
And then, that couldn't work, thank God. I found my way. And so excited to share as the festival progresses, I will share the music alongside, because I love the safe space, because I also need this festival. I also need the safe space as an artist. Like, I'm not going to the moguls and the what do you call them? The
influencers.
Sorry?
Oh, like the like music industry people.
That has never been my way from the beginning, because I'm very particular about the life that I live now and the life that I want to experience, and the energy and the feeling. Every single feeling millisecond counts, and I just don't want any excuses. So I'm just gonna go where the feeling feels good and take it from there every single time. So I already been there, done that. So now I'm just very intentional about how I'm connecting with my music, because it took a long time for me to get here and a lot of pain. So I'm not gonna risk anything that will jeopardize this new journey that I'm on. So I'm just like,
I feel like we're living the same life.
I'll connect with the community, and the universe will bring to me the right people that need what I have to give, that is directed by God herself. That's it.
No, 100%. I think that, we're all proof of that. I also was in a space where I just let everything and everybody go, and now I'm so protective of my energy. Like, I would rather spend all my time with me and my dogs than let one ounce of messed up energy in my space. Like, I'm not risking it. I'm not going backwards. Like, nah, we're spiraling up from now on. No more spiraling backwards.
Yep.
So I feel that deeply. It is so important to protect your space and your energy. And so, but I also believe that the universe does align you with who you're supposed to be aligned with. And this podcast is proof of that. Like, from my wife passed last November. And so I've just kind of been in this space of deep isolation. And I've been hearing from spirit, nah, you need to chill and just stay and heal. But also I was hearing but you need to speak and be involved in community. And I was just like, that doesn't make sense. How am I going to meet people if I'm also just in this deep hermit mode? And boom, this idea for the podcast came. And so far, everybody that I've talked to has been on the same path, completely just randomly. And I'm just in awe of the universe, because I'm like, oh, all right, my bad. Y'all got it. I was cursing y'all out for no reason. My bad. But I see, when you see it all come together, you just got to be like, wow, there's amazing things out there. It can get really easy to get really low, because the news and the everyday life that we're living in is crazy, crazy, crazy. And I don't ever want to downplay the real suffering that's going on in the world, because this shit is wild. I don't ever want to be one of those people that's like, oh, just think happy thoughts and everything, because there's genocide and things happening. But for those of us that have gone through trauma and who are dealing with trauma on an everyday basis, you really do have to center joy in your life, or else you will not make it. And so that's the only way that I can survive at this point, is just y'all got to stay away from me. Only good vibes. Only good vibes over here, fam. I love you from a distance. Like I got no resentment, no hate, no nothing, like no bad wishes, but I just can't have you in my space. So yeah, I
I'm
love that.
happy that there's a clear divide. Please let us know who we are so that we can do what we need to do. Like if you want to go experience all that, fine. Happy, good luck. The rest of us, let's just do what we need to do and live our lives. That I just want to live.
Yeah.
Just want
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that so deeply. Yeah. I feel like you're speaking to my soul. It's we're right there in alignment. Everything that you're saying, 100% I'm feeling. And I feel like everybody that's listening is too. So again, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on here. We will have all of her information in the comments. You can find her IG and website and all those things. And definitely let us know when your project comes out. I'd love to share it. I'm a DJ. So, if you have some dance tracks, you can send them over. I'll definitely play them. And yeah, just thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Tinora.
Yeah,
Very grateful.
for
Sending
sure.
healing energy
Thank
and
you. Thank you.
love and blessings. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying my best. Everybody listening, we will be back next Thursday. All right. See you guys then.
Our vibes stay sacred. Our roots run deep.